In every great game, balance is the unseen force holding everything together. When a single weapon rises above the rest, chaos follows. Not the thrilling kind, but the kind that drains meaning from victory and hope from defeat. Choice disappears. Strategy collapses. Players are no longer warriors, they become passengers to an overpowered design. But balance changes everything. Every weapon becomes a decision. Every fight becomes a test of skill, timing and resolve. Victory is no longer given, it's earned. Weapon balancing keeps gameplay fair, fun and competitive. It rewards mastery over exploitation, encouraging creativity, experimentation and diverse playstyles instead of forcing everyone down the same path. It prevents frustration, sustains the meta and keeps the battlefield alive. Because in a fair war, there are no shortcuts, only mastery. Weapon balance isn't just design, it's what keeps the game alive. I say all this because in August 2025, balance failed. One weapon, an assault rifle of immense power, shattered the Chinese version of the Division 2. Its name was the HPC-12. With a single trigger pull, difficulty became meaningless. Content built for coordination collapsed. Missions designed for squads were cleared alone. Build diversity vanished. Team synergy, once the soul of the experience, was erased in an instant. What was meant to be a tactical, cooperative game became a solo power fantasy. Not through skill, not through mastery, but through imbalance. This is what happens when one weapon rises unchecked. The challenge dies, the design is undermined, and the game stops asking players to think, only to equip. Weapon balance isn't a luxury, it isn't a tweak, it's the line between challenge and collapse. Because when balance breaks, so does the game. The developers knew, they knew long before the release that this weapon, paired with its new accessories, was powerful enough to break the game itself. But it had to be strong. It had to be better than what came before it, and most importantly, it had to make more money than anything they'd ever released before. The new players would pay, not because they wanted to, but because they had to. Fall behind or open your wallet. And so it was done. Warnings were dismissed, feedback was ignored, the moral compass shattered. They launched the second set of accessories for the HPK-12, and with it, the final line was crossed. The balance that had held the game together collapsed. Progression was invalidated. Difficulty was erased by design choices driven by profit. This wasn't evolution, it was escalation. And once that door had opened, the game was never the same again. Because when power is sold instead of earned, balance doesn't bend, it breaks. But from the wreckage comes hope. Whispers of a massive balance and pass ripple through the community. Players' surveys are launched, test groups assembled, deadlines set. For the first time in a long while, the balance awaits. Have the developers seen the light? Have cooler heads finally prevailed? Is balance truly on the horizon? Or is it just another path to profit? The questions hang heavy in the air. Will 2026 be the year the Chinese version of the Division 2 finally breaks for good? Or can it find its way back to what it once was, a game of challenge, cooperation and earned victory? Only time will tell. Well guys, that was done in a very different style than what I usually do. I actually sat down and scripted this one and actually thought about what I was going to say instead of just like winging it like I pretty much always do. Whilst I didn't go into the complexities of the weapon, but you've been able to really see on the screen just how this weapon invalidates all the content just by firing some plasma bolts all around the area. It really has broken the game. All of the fun and the enjoyment has been sucked out of it for me, but hopefully things will change very soon as a game-wide balance and pass is due in the coming weeks. Hopefully I will get to be part of the testing process before it goes live, and I'll be sure to keep you all updated on the progress. But until next time, bye bye now.